Let's now check out some of the controls on the left over here that we get in Timeless. So we're back to that clean preset. I am using a different signal now. Fairly clean signal, guitar signal here. All right, let's activate the plugin. I'm going to set this to something musical. Let's go for a quarter note. And let's keep it straight for now. Maybe you can have a little bit of offset between left and right, make it a bit more stereo. All right, let's talk about this first control here, drive. Fairly straightforward. So if I increase this, we're going to introduce some drive in the signal. We're hearing a little bit less of the delay signal, so I'm going to increase the mix over here so we can focus more on the drive. So you can definitely hear the crunchiness in the signal. Obviously, it's not as extreme as some of the algorithms in Saturn, but it's nice to just crunch up the delay signal a little bit. Now, this is more analog style drive, and then here we have a digital style distortion. So you get that bit crushing effect. We can, of course, combine both. Pretty cool. Next, we have diffusion. This is typically what you will get on a reverb unit, but if we diffuse the individual delay repeats, we can get something like reverb. What if I change that delay time, make it a bit shorter? Let's set it to 50%. I guess we can't go lower than 50 in this mode, but I can reduce this value here. Let's say a 16th note. Increase the feedback. Starting to sound a bit like reverb. Pretty cool. All right, let's go back to a quarter note. I'll turn this off. Dynamics. So this again is fairly simple. If I increase this, we introduce program-dependent compression. Make the signal louder. Interesting effects we can get with all this. And then finally we have this pitch control. So what we get with the pitch control is a pitch shift. It goes all the way up to 12 semitones. I'm going to turn off all these effects so we can just focus on the pitch modulation. You'll notice that on every feedback repeat, the pitch goes higher and higher. And that's because we have the pitch transposition inside the feedback path. We can obviously set it to outside the feedback path. So the entire signal has that one pitch modulation, which is fixed at 12 semitones. We can also go lower. We can also set it to a very subtle value. So you get a bit of that chorusing effect. Over here we have the option to have the left and right channel pitch shift up and downwards respectively. So let's say I increase this to 4.2 something. Now we're not sharing that because we are outside the feedback. Let's put this pitch shifting inside the feedback. So you can hear on the left channel, we keep going higher and higher by this value, but on the right channel, we keep going lower and lower by this amount. Again, something like this can be set to a very subtle amount. And that just makes the delay a lot more interesting. Alright, so that's basically all the color that you can introduce into your delay with these controls over here.